So we are about to walk into, or actually technically we are already in the Nan Xun Guzhen, which is this Nan Xun ancient town. And so we are walking. Nowadays this is tourist attraction, but this actually, and there has been a lot of like rebuilding around the town, but we are going to the epicenter of the ancient town. And basically the way to go is just to walk along the river, and so we will be there in no time. And there, as I mentioned, there's a lot of rebuilding, so these are all like shops and stores that every tourist attraction nowadays has. And this Asian town also, as any other old town in China, and I think like everywhere, like pretty much have been modernized to accommodate tourists and kind of have become tourist attraction points. And yeah, they are quite lovely, as you can see. Always like made or put really nicely, neatly, like these flowers and trees, plants, and of course you have the shops and stores. But yeah, also there's also like this really old part of the town which we will be going. So that store there sells like this kind of traditional Chinese clothing for women that you could buy. Yeah, but we will be walking around the river. Oh, look at the front door of the coffee shop. No, it is Gu Yanxi. It is 酒店. It is a hotel. This is a hotel. Wow. Did you see the front gate of the hotel? Wow, that's amazing. Wow. So this is the path to toilets, and wow, look at that. You have such nice path to public toilets. Wow. So they sell local delicacy here, a lot of different products, and like one for example which is sold everywhere is the chou tofu, which is the smelly tofu, fermented tofu. Yeah. So that up behind me apparently is also a kind of a traditional, very old-fashioned guest house. The name is 廊桥水岸客栈. 廊桥水岸 guest house. So it is basically name describing the place. It's just beside this 廊桥, beside the bridge on the side, riverside guest house. Yeah, that's how I can translate it. But yeah.
古街是来了吗？来过了吧？
没来过这个。
这个古街也以前也差不多的。
这个差不多。So this area of the old town, ancient town, is pretty much kind of untouched, or let's say it's kind of pretty much in original shape, except probably like stores are different than old times. The buildings are pretty much in the shape. Probably there's some renovation here and there, and new shops here and there. So in old times, especially in China, like a lot of towns were just built beside the river or along the rivers, and also like a lot of these kind of canals were made, or the town was built along the canals. And because at that time, many hundred years ago, the only way to transport goods was by water or by road, but the water was always like better way to transport goods than by road, and it was also a lot safer way to transport goods, because at the time, of course, like if you went by road, you could have just encountered these thieves or stuff like that, like, so that's why the water was always the first option. So it's time for ice cream. That's it. Let's take the hot one. So the first boat has those kind of maids, and the second boat has the bride and bridegroom, and then the last boat has the wedding gifts. Wedding gifts, or like gifts to the bride, basically. Like gifts from the bridegroom's family to the bride's family, yeah, something like that. And I think this is just
新娘出嫁，
yes, 是的。
跟着嫁妆你看。
是的，是的. Yeah, I think this is just act scene here, so it wasn't real marriage ceremony, but of course this resembles how it has been before, long before. When someone gets married, it would be something like this a few hundred years ago. So there they go. That was this performance that we saw on the boat. So there are mainly shops and restaurants and stores here in this old ancient town, but there are also a couple of, or let's say not couple of, but there are also like maybe a handful of like real houses or apartments and real residents living in this area as well, or in this old town as well. That's it for the ancient town, so see you later.